Ooh. It's already tearing. Alright, it's slacking. Okay, push hard, pull harder.
Not with one hand.
Okay. Let's see how that is. That looks better. I'm gonna just do it like this. Which one's the stabilizer? Oh, well. No, that's supposed to go through that way. I lost it. I hate this kind of line.
Yeah, the plastic coated, the steel
metal was nice, but it rusted through after so long.
The steel jet line with the plastic jacket is like the best, but we were sagging quite a bit when it was just from red pole to red pole. So I had this third pole up against the garage over here, so it was time to throw that in the dirt. Got a huge cement ball on the bottom of it. We took it from the other house.
No, we had to use it up there. Remember? Because we couldn't find this one.
Oh, when we bought the place, this pole that Mrs. Guts is by right now was so buried in brush, and there was a down tree right there in front of it. It was covering most of it, and it was so grown up with brush, we didn't even know it was there. And you can see where the goats have, this was just a green wall. You could not see past it at all. You could see the green wall, and that was it. Now you can see under the trees. That's how high the goats can reach. That's exactly why it's all trimmed off that way. That's exactly how high they can reach. And you can see completely through it now to the brush behind it. The only reason you can see brush back there is the fence stops before it gets there, or they would have taken care of that too. That's how we tightened the clothesline, or the solar powered dryer, whatever you want to call it. I think solar powered dryer.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah, because it sounds really technical, and it's a clothesline. So now we're back out the garden, and to try to homestead and work 35, 40 hours a week off the farm, you wind up with stuff like this. Our green beans have grown into our tomatoes.
And we didn't get the cages up.
This is going to be a green bean steak, so we can stake and train the green beans away from the tomatoes. So there we go. That's a steak right there. Oh yeah, we got some green bean blossoms. Are actually really pretty.
Yes. Maybe next year we should plant them up by the house on that trellis.
Those are going to be green beans. Next year, in my opinion, tomatoes and square foot gardening do not belong in the same sentence, because this is one tomato plant right here.
Yep, we got to get some stakes and stake it up high.
So and we already have tomatoes growing on there. They're not big, but that's a nice little aroma to start with. And this is another one. Now see down here, you've got a nice little aroma, but it's going to be spilling over the side of the bed in no time. And the green beans are already fighting with them.
Hey.
So to me, tomatoes right down the middle of this would work just fine. Here's cantaloupe, doing really well. The leaves are getting pretty big. They're definitely taking off, growing well. Now, we've got 8 hills of that. This is certainly not the most optimal soil. There's a lot of the decomposed mulch. Yeah, I planted them in a lot of guinea manure, so the nitrogen from the manure and the carbon from the mulch, that's gonna blend out, give it part of what it needs. You know, it's doing well, it's taking off, but they could do so much better. Next year, I'm planning on taking right where this is at. When the season's over, I'll chop it all down. I'll decompose it right there in place. Harvest a lot of comfrey, pile it right on top, and some guinea manure right on top of the comfrey. And I'm taking the burn barrel around, burning all of the limbs that fall, and I'll take that ash and go right on top of the manure. So we'll get potash and calcium from and potassium from the burn barrel. Everything, a lot of nitrogen from the guinea manure, and everything that the comfrey mines. It's a deep miner. It'll go way down past the clay, break up all that stuff, and bring those minerals up and store it. And it's a dynamic accumulator and a miner. It'll store it in all those leaves. And I'll have a compost pile out here 2 foot tall. Just let it decompose all winter, and I'll plant cantaloupe right in that pile next year, and those will be twice the size next year. All right. I got 3 rows of corn here really close together because bees have nothing to do with pollinating corn. Nothing whatsoever. No bees, no butterflies. Corn pollinates by wind from the tassel, which is like the brown hair that comes out of the top. Well, the hair that comes out of the top of the stalk. They'll pollinate from plant to plant by wind only, and the wind just comes blasting up this hill. Really makes havoc. Really makes havoc on my corn stalks. I'll just take some dirt, scrape it up around the base of the corn, stand it up again, and there you go. I've propped them up I don't know how many times, but this close together, they should pollinate easily. I'm actually pretty happy with this growth. These have only been in the ground for what, a month, 5 weeks at the most. And that's an update on the comfrey. Next video, I'm going to do an update on the comfrey. Remember a previous video we harvested, and I jammed them in those buckets. I packed them, and this is coming out great. Next video is going to be on the comfrey tea, and mainly just the dark green concentrate. It's coming along really well. Like and subscribe. Watch the next video on comfrey fertilizer.